Hi, everybody, and welcome to Flume Stream Entertainment Network, where today we are in Gorham, New Hampshire, as the Gorham Huskies will take on the Lisbon Panthers. To my right, I have esteemed colleague Chad Fillion. He is going to be in a couple different roles today, Chad, taking stats for us, helping me out, doing play-by-play. And as our producer, we have James Duguay, who's been doing an excellent job so far this season. For camera operators, we have Keegan Fillion, Peggy Brickley. Chad, we have softball, we
I
have
love it.
Lisbon, we have Gorham, we have a beautiful day.
It's gorgeous. A little windy. You got probably. I saw the weather map earlier. It was like 20 mile an hour gusts earlier today. I'm not really sure what it is at now, but we're looking at like 60 some odd degrees. Sun, not a cloud in the sky that I can see. But we got two great teams, three teams here today. Two great teams that are here. They faced each other earlier in the season. And talking with Coach Gorham had a little bit of difficulty in that last game, but they also said they were down like 5 players. So I'm really excited to see these two teams square up again with the full rosters, so we can see what they're both bringing to the game. We're looking at midseason. They're both about middle of the pack, so if they're looking to make something happen to get into those playoffs with good, home field advantage or good seating position, these are the games that matter.
And as you said, Chad, especially the time of season, the time of year, all of these games matter. If you look at the standings,
Hmm.
you for a lot of these teams, you have first and second place. They're well ahead, even third place. But if you look at these standings, a lot of them are only within
Yep,
2 or 3 games. This win matters. This loss
absolutely.
matters, as they do the whole season. But when you're this close, and you're playing at home, I'm sure this is an important game for Coach Chris Partnope. Then on Lisbon, on the other hand, they're at 4-9 right now, and they could pull out a couple wins. They're in playoff range right now. They're actually in the playoffs. Now it's a matter of figuring out who plays who and where they're going to end up for the playoff season.
Absolutely, and when you look at those standings, when you look at Epping and Pittsfield, they're right there near Gorham, Sunapee and Colbrook right on their tails. Like you're saying, every one of these games count. Got a couple of good wins. I know Gorham's got a couple road games coming up against Pittsburgh, Canaan. There's still enough time to make some serious plays to get into good field positions for those playoffs. Epping's got a game tonight at Pittsfield, so those two positions right there, Epping with 8-4, Pittsfield with 7-3. One of them is going to go down. So if Gorham wins today, they could position themselves right in the top 8. So that's great field position for them when you start talking playoffs. And it's a busy time of year. Everybody's got concerts. They've got time off. They got recitals. They got special testing that's going on. So for them to come out and play their best game right now, I mean, that's difficult.
Mm.
There's a lot happening.
It's a good point, and then this time of year also, you get all those snowed out games, you get all those rained out games, and then last year next week is the last week of the
That's
season,
right.
so they're trying to get everything in. Then you have your seniors, like you said. So the thing I like best is the dedication of the players, that they come out here, work hard every day. We've talked to both of these coaches. I know Chris Partnow personally, and it's fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
fundamentals. Our game never changes. We still play our game, but we make sure we're playing with good fundamentals, and you can't really get any better than that.
Exactly, exactly. And it's those silly mistakes when they start to snowball and cascade that you find yourself behind the 8 ball, and you don't want that this time of the year. You want to make sure that you're following those fundamentals, remembering those preseason drills and those early games where the mistakes that were made, you're learning from them. So you're coming out here and you're feeling properly, you're hitting properly, you're making the good plays, following the plays, making sure that your team is doing the best they can to position themselves for the next game.
Good, exciting softball. It's a good time of year for it. Right now, you're watching high school varsity softball here on the Flume Street Entertainment Network, brought to you by the Alpine Clinic and Littleton Healthcare. We'll be right back.
Hi there, I'm Chuck Lloyd, president at White Mountains Community College, just talking to you a little bit about our college. We've been here since 1965. We've got 3 locations in Berlin, Littleton, and North Conway, and we're also online. We have a lot of technical programs, and we have a lot of online, remote, synchronous, asynchronous, whatever works best for your schedule. We are the only higher ed institution in New Hampshire above the notches. And what that means for us is we've got to be all things to all people. And we aim to try to do that by responding to workforce needs, industry and business, and partner locally with the needs of our communities. We could not be more excited to host new students coming in January.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by the Alpine Clinic, leaders in orthopedics, sports medicine, pain management, and neurosurgery, offering specialized care in 4 convenient locations: Littleton, Franconia, Plymouth, and North Conway. And by Littleton Regional Healthcare. You're safe in our care here at Littleton Regional Healthcare. Call your provider's office today to schedule an appointment.
At Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank, we understand that everyone's different. We also know that we're a lot alike. We love the things that make us each unique and appreciate the things that make us similar, especially when it comes to money matters. That's why we're here, to help people just like you handle your personal or business banking and be the best you can be. To get started, visit one of our offices or open an account online at theguaranteebank.com. Woodsville Guarantee Savings Bank, just like you.
Covering you at home, at work, and at play, George M. Stevens Insurance is the only local agency to offer personal and commercial insurance, as well as health, life, and financial services. With offices throughout the North Country, we service your complete insurance needs. As a trusted choice insurance agency, we research coverage options from the nation's top companies to ensure that your policy works for you. George M. Stevens Insurance, protecting New Hampshire and Vermont since 1882.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Gorham, New Hampshire. We're at Libby's Field. We have softball, we have Gorham, we have Lisbon, and we also have our starting lineups. Our starting lineups are brought to you by George M. Stevens & Son, offering home, auto, life, and commercial insurance throughout the North Country. Visit them at their locations in Littleton, Colbrook, Lancaster, and Lisbon, or check them out online at gms-ins.com. Chad, what do you have for us?
Well, we have the Lisbon Panthers today here facing off against Gorham, and their head coach is Arthur Booton. And leading off the order, we got Tori Jellison, our second baseman, and then number 2 position is Cora Sibley, first base. And then we have our pitcher, Katie Clark, number 2. Number 16, Kendall Clark, is in that cleanup position, playing shortstop. Sophie LaFond is in 5th. Natasha Holbrook, our right fielder, is batting 6th. Then we got number 22, Taylor Clark. She's our designated player, batting 7th. And then number 11 is Kylie Hill, our catcher, batting in 8th. And then the final position of the lineup, we got number 3, Sarah Brown, our center fielder. And then for the Gorham Huskies, they're coached by Chris Partnow. And pitching today for the Huskies, we have Olivia O'Neill, and she's pitching to Haller Desolates. She's our senior captain, one of our senior captains. And then at first base, we got Zoe Grondin, also a senior captain. Over at second, we got Lainey Downs, number 2. At third base, we got Sarah Godin, number 6. And then shortstop, we've got Amber Wilson, our other senior captain. And then out there in the field, we've got Addie Eastman in left field. And then we've got Jess Burton at center field. And then we have Marina Santi in right field. And then a special mention to a player that's actually not starting in the field.
16-year-old today.
Yes,
right?
16 today. So a very special happy birthday to number 8, Ellie Robers. Today's her birthday. We'll probably see her a little bit later in the field. It's kind of hard to see through that fence, but trust me, she's there. She's smiling, and she's ready to play ball on her birthday. What a gift that is, huh?
Excellent. Well, happy birthday, Ellie Roberge, 16 years old. I actually know her mom well. A great family, good people. Happy birthday. Hope it's everything that she could possibly expect
Absolutely.
for today. The
Absolutely.
weather's certainly here for it.
Yep. And I got a feeling there's probably some tasty cake hiding in the back there for
I
them.
hope so. I hope
Maybe
so.
not here, maybe at the house. Maybe they had it earlier at lunch. I don't know, but that's what birthdays are. It's all
And-
about tasty cake and baseball.
And if it's here, maybe they'll share with their local production team.
I would love a piece of cake.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. So
that's awesome.
we were watching Lisbon get warmed up here. An important part of the game, Chad, getting your arm ready, getting your bat ready, getting your glove ready. And like I said earlier, as you'll see from both of these coaches, regardless of the time of year, regardless of the team they're playing, regardless of the score, they're going to work on fundamentals. They played each other already. I believe Gorham won 9-3.
They did.
I know that both teams, as many teams are this year, are struggling sometimes. Like you said, it's SATs or it's other appointments that come up or COVID, depending on the situation. I think both teams are here today full and ready to go.
Right, and Lisbon's looking to break a little losing streak that they got going there. They've got 6 in a row for their loss column, and that's got to be a tough hill to climb to get back into it. But having faced and beaten Gorham at home on the 5th earlier this month, hopefully that's a little bit of an incentive to know that they've seen these players, they've seen them hit, they've seen them throw, they know how they field. Hopefully it's going to give them an opportunity to kind of crack that streak that they have, because they're going to leave here with a win. Obviously, both teams want to leave with a win, but if they can get that momentum to get back out of that losing streak, they go in to face Littleton, who they beat earlier, and then face off against Linwood, who they won as well. So this is the one of the last 3 chances to put the wins in those columns, and this could be the one that starts it for them to get back into the game.
And this time of year, you get into a 3-4 game winning streak like that, and you get hot at the end of the season, and then the playoff season comes.
You carry it right through.
You carry it right through, and it's important. I think playing against teams that you've already beaten, ending the season on a good note. Gorham looks like it may be the more difficult of the 3. They're in a good spot, and you win those 3 games. You go from 4-9, I think.
Yeah, 4-9 right now
to 7-9, and that might bring you up 4 or 5 spots.
Yep. And like I said, you've got Epping, who's playing Pittsfield tonight, and that's their 6th and 7th spot, or 7th and 8th spot when you talk about the top 8. So there's a lot of games that are happening right now that are really neck and neck, and there's no blowout leader in the mid-pack there. You're really a game or 2 out of a position that could get you that home field advantage or even a better seeding to place into the, quarterfinals, even semifinal rounds.
Yeah, exactly. And Lisbon's traveled all this way.
They have.
They don't want to come this far and lose. I was just looking over at Chris Partnope and remembering the times that her and I have spent on the soccer field where thinking about these moments and talking about schedules and talking about fundamentals. She knows it's an important game. She knows that they only have,
They've got a handful
more
more
of games.
Their schedule it looks like they've got a couple of double headers that they're making up. On the 20th, coming up later on, this Friday, they've got a double header on the road against Pittsburgh Canaan. And then, and also an interesting fact, on the 23rd, they've got to finish their game against Groveton. They got rained out on Monday. Yeah, they had, I think they said they got 5 of the 7 in, and Thunder hit. It's lightning. They were done. So they decided, because they're meeting them next Monday, they're gonna finish out that first game and then play the new next game against Groveton. So it's an interesting schedule that Gorham has coming in here against them Panthers.
And they'll want to finish strong too. They can beat teams like Pittsburgh Canaan. They can beat
absolutely.
teams like Groveton, Profile, Colebrook. You don't necessarily want to try to fit all those games in. You're probably looking more for a schedule like Lisbon has.
Mm-hmm.
But like we said, the weather. I mean, I've done some baseball games where they've been snowed out in May, so you never know. But
It's funny. When I first moved up here, actually, many, many years ago, we had snow on Memorial Weekend, and I was like, I knew we moved to the mountains, but I was not anticipating this type of a change.
you can't put your shovels away till
no,
June 1st.
No, and we learned down in the seacoast growing up that you don't plant anything before Memorial Weekend. That really kind of drew a line in the sand. It's like I'm almost leery to plant anything before July 4th, but. Talking about the field, you mentioned that Lisbon is coming up on a travel location. Lisbon has done a handful of games at home. Their field is a tish bit smaller than what they're facing here in Gorham. Did you get a chance to talk with Chris Partnope a little bit about how that field advantage may help them today?
Chris likes being in Gorham. The team likes being in Gorham. This is their home field, the field they're most comfortable with. So on any day, they take this field. They don't have to travel, those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
The left field side, it's a really nice field, but you'll notice that the left field side's further than the right field side.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but typically when you have a lot of right-handed hitters, they're pulling the ball down the left field line. Ideally, you would want that, the short end. But here in this field, the way the dynamics look, it's short to left, far to right, and everything in between. But they're comfortable.
Nice.
And when they went down to Lisbon, again, they didn't have all their players, so they left there with a kind of a sour taste in their mouth. Looking forward to coming back home and trying to pull off a W.
Absolutely. They're hungry. Like you said, they had a handful that were out sick during that game. So not only are you down because you're concerned about your teammates, but then to leave town on the road with a loss, that's difficult. So they're, like you said, they're out for it. They're hungry. They're anxious to get in there for a win. And it's funny, when they were warming up, Gorham was knocking balls to practice, and number 13, Grace Brickley, was batting to her teammates, and she popped one over the fence on accident. And I joked as I walked by to check on one of our cameras. I was like, "Hey, don't hit my camera, but if you do, I'll give you $100 during the game." So I just put that out there to either team on tape that we already have the home run challenge that we're doing this year. We got $85 right now in the pot. It's not anywhere near where we were at with basketball, but basketball we were shooting on 3-pointers. This one we're doing runs.
Yes,
And then
that's right.
$10 for every home run. So we're at an $85 mark right now for the 5 or 6 games that we've done. Not a lot. We're probably not going to see a lot of home runs, but I'm going to put an extra $100 on the line to the player should they hit my camera with the ball.
All right.
So
Jeez. Sounds
I
like a
figured
challenge to me.
Well, I figure if it's if it's Ellie's birthday, she comes in, that'd be a great birthday gift
There
for
we
her.
go,
She
yeah.
can knock one out of the park, but and I'd even accept if they bump the tripod, not actually strike the camera, because I would prefer that. Because if you hit the camera and destroy it, then I'm not only am I out the camera,
Well, everybody,
got to pay them $100 too. But it's all in fun.
everybody listening today, that was our executive producer, Chad Fillion. If you break his equipment, you get $100.
No. If you hit a home run and it strikes a camera, that's a foul ball off Keegan or Peggy's
All right,
cameras.
okay.
They don't work.
All right, you're the boss.
But it's something that we like to inject a little bit of fun into it. I was trying to figure out how we could do something for soccer season. Baseball, it's easy. You got runs, you got home runs. Soccer's relatively a low-scoring game. I mean, I'm thinking maybe we do $50 if it's a shutout.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I mean, I'm spitballing ideas on what to do, but I like the idea of keeping it going, giving back to the community, giving the student players some incentive. I know that Coloneltown was very pleased to receive their check for the basketball Moneyball challenge, and what fun that is too with Adam Wrightsman. Moneyball.
Moneyball.
And I guess as you guys know, and you've heard from me jabbing about them, but my tools kids, the camera operators Skipper and Keegan, they walk through the halls of White Mountains Regional, and I guess it's kind of the thing during basketball season. It's kind of like the new "Hey, how are you?"
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
walk by somebody and you're like Moneyball. So
You almost want the kids to score 3-pointers so you can hear Adam do his thing.
exactly.
All right, we're gonna get rolling. We have Olivia O'Neill on the mound, a outstanding athlete. We'll fire some strikes. Sarah Gone is going to be her catcher today. Olivia, great soccer player, great athlete. You're going to see her fire strikes. Going to put it over the plate, put the ball in play, but Gorham has some good defense to make that play. And here we go. She gets into the windup, and there's the release. That's a ball low. That's John Simon, the umpire, softball umpire. Great guy, great umpire. Unfortunately, I can't remember the first base umpire's name, but John, I spoke with him earlier before. He's keeping busy.
Is that John Simon of Simon's Market in Littleton?
I don't think so.
Oh,
As we
okay.
watch Olivia's second pitch, she fires a strike on the inside corner.
I don't know if you heard this, but Simon's Market in Littleton sold a $2.5 million lottery ticket
No
just
kidding.
recently.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was posted on Facebook. So congratulations to that winner. And from what I know about the lottery, that's some kickback to Simon's Market as
I
well.
think so.
Good job
And you're here today, so you didn't win.
I did not. Well, you know, I love this. I'd be here anyways. We'd be here with 42 cameras if I wanted.
There we go. Yeah.
You know how I roll.
Yeah.
Only 6 today.
That's a foul ball. That's number 13, Tori Jellison Jr. I believe it's a 2-2 count.
Yep.
Foul ball. John Simon puts the ball back in play, and there goes Olivia into the windup. She lets it go. To the second baseman, Laney. Laney gets over to first base, Zoe Grondin, and that's the first out of the inning. That's the type of game you'll see Gorham play. Fundamentals. Let them hit it. If they hit it, you'll play defense behind you.
Good job by second baseman there. Fielding that really nice and cleanly. Laney Downs.
Laney Downs, yes.
Pulling that in, tossing it over, making the easy out at first.
There's Olivia using the outside corner. Number 7, Cora Sibley's up at bat. She is a junior. She's first base. There goes Olivia into her windup. She lets it go. Swing and a miss. Slowed that one down a little bit, Chad, to fool Cora.
Yep.
She steps back in. O'Neill lets it go. Another ground ball to second base. Laney Downs over to Zoe Grondin for the out. That's 2 outs this inning.
That's right. And like we said, fundamentals.
Nothing fancy, right?
Nope.
Get the ball, throw the ball.
Exactly. Keep your head in the game. You keep the glove low. You don't let it slip under you or flip up onto your arm.
That's a ball high to Katie Clark. She steps out, takes a look at the third base coach, waiting for a sign. She steps back in. Olivia O'Neill's ready. She goes into her windup, and there's the pitch. And that's a strike.
We'll get a chance to see Katie Clark pitching here in a little bit. She's starting off on the mound for the Panthers.
Couple of juniors to start the game off for Lisbon. 2 inside. Katie stepped out on that one. Again, Sarah Gaudet behind the plate. Catching for Olivia. And there's the pitch. And that's strike 2. We've got 2-2 to Katie Clark, who is sizing up her counterpart as we speak. Olivia's quick to go to work here, not wasting any time. She goes into her windup. There's the pitch. That's a ball low.
Wind picking up a little bit here. I'm hearing it in the headset. Hopefully it's not too much of a factor with some high fly balls or anything.
It feels like it's coming in too, so something to think about in the outfield.
Absolutely.
Olivia with the pitch, and that's ball 4. Katie Clark takes first base on a walk. And up next will be Kendall Clark. I'm not sure if they're related or not, but
we have a lot of Clarks. We got team for Lisbon. Katie, Kendall, Taylor, and Bailey.
You'll see Katie Clark is coming out of the game for now. She has a courtesy runner, and they usually use a courtesy runner for a pitcher or catcher so they can get warmed up so the game doesn't take as long. I don't know who the courtesy runner is because she has a jacket on.
Oh,
but you will.
I was just going to look down.
You will see that often, especially for pitchers and catchers. Gives them some time to get ready as Olivia O'Neill steps to the mound. And who's that? That's different than what we have. 16, Kendall Clark?
Kendall Clark, yep.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Kendall Clark, shortstop, senior. She's ready to take a few whacks. That's a foul ball, 0-1. O'Neill goes into her windup. And there's the pitch on the ground. And that, I believe, is 1-1.
It is, yep.
Again, Olivia O'Neill quick to work, not wasting any time.
2 early outs, too.
Yeah. Down to third base line. That's a foul. She ripped that one, Chad.
Yeah, and those are the ones that you get a little bit of meat on it just to the other side. You can get 2 or 3 bases out of that easy.
Exactly.
If you just beyond that outfielder that's not prepared for the one that's going to just go wide. And those live drives, they fly fast. They pop fly, you got a minute to get under it and square up.
It's a small infield, too, you know. It's another ball as the courtesy runner will take second base.
Stolen base by that runner there. Yeah, marked it down for Katie Clark, but Katie Clark did not get the SB on that one.
Kendall Clark still in. Olivia O'Neill into her windup. And there comes the pitch. She fires one, and that's going to go back down the third base line. Close to the dugout. Olivia O'Neill will continue to work that, especially the inside corner there. She whacks it down to center field. Center fielder makes a beautiful catch. Nice and easy, fundamental. And that's 3 outs.
That is. So now we get to do the other side of those starters.
All right. And just as a correction, catching for Gorham today is Maddie Gerard.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I
So
apologize.
That's all right.
They kind of all look the same out there.
Maddie Gerard is catching. Okay. So, and we put in Haley Desolates. Is she not?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Hallery.
It's Hallery.
Hallery, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Now that the mask is off, I can tell you who it is.
Okay. That's right. That's right. All right. Well, for the starting batters for the Gorham Huskies, we got Hallery Desolates leading off. She is a left-handed batter, captain, followed by Lainey Downs, our second baseman. Then we got Sarah Godin, our third baseman, followed by Amber Wilson, shortstop. Zoe Grondin is in that 5th spot. Jess Burton, the center fielder, is batting 6th. And then number 3, Olivia O'Neill is in there for batting 7th. And then Marina Santi for 8th. And Addie Eastman will be batting 9th. And then for our fielders for the Lisbon Panthers, as mentioned, we've got Katie Clark on the mound, pitching over to Kylie Hill. Over at first base, we got Cora Sibley. Second, we have Tori Jellison. Over at third base, we got Sophie LaFond. And then at short, we've got Kendall Clark. Then out in the outfield, we've got Meredith Barnes. And I got a little inside knowledge that she may be the relief pitcher later on.
Okay.
And then we got Sarah Brown in center. And then we got Natasha Holbrook over at right field.
And away we go. Hallery Desolate stepped in. There's the first pitch. Not much happening outside. Hallery trying to slap the ball, but not doing much with it with the outside pitch. Katie Clark is on the mound for Lisbon, ready to fire strikes. She steps in. In the windup, there's the pitch. Hal puts it down to first base line. Beautiful bunt. And she is safe. Is she out or safe? I can't see.
I missed the call. I was watching
safe.
the bag.
Safe,
That's
yep.
a beautiful, beautiful.
Hallery kind of had like a slap hit bunt. Nobody was really ready for her. She put it kind of down the first base line. Beautiful play. And now we have Lainey Downs up to take a few swings. Hallery Desolate's on first base. Hallery takes off. And she steals second. Good heads up.
Wonderful.
Good speed on the bases. Lainey Downs, another person who can hit and she can run. As Katie Clark gets ready here to pitch. Here's a pitch.
Squared off for another bunt there again.
Lainey looks down the left field, the third base line to her coach, waiting for the sign. Into the windup, there's the pitch. And that's strike 3.
Wow.
The outside corner.
There's a quick strikeout on that.
Called by John Simon. We have one down as Sarah Gode steps up. Sarah's ready. It was Katie Clark with the pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Katie Clark's been using those corners.
Yeah, and she's doing a great job at it. 5 strikes.
Here goes Clark. Down to third base line. That's a fair ball.
That is.
Hallery's going to round third base. Sarah's going to second. Sarah makes it in there safe for an RBI double.
Beautiful.
First action of the game, right down the third base line. Sarah took off to first. Hallery rounded third, came home, and we have Gorham up 1-0 as I think that's Amber.
Yeah,
Amber
Amber
Wilson. Amber can hit, Chad. She can hit. She gets a hold of one. There'll be people running around these bases. And she takes a good hack, but that's going to go right to second base. Hallery will stay there. I mean, Sarah will stay there, sorry. We've got 2 outs.
Yep. 2 outs now. Zoe Groning coming up next.
It was Zoe. Sarah Goding at second base. There's 2 down. Katie Clark's hoping to get Zoe down so we can move on to the next inning and not allow too much damage. And there's the pitch. Oh, that's a foul ball. John Simon jumps up there and saw that the ball hit the player while she was in the batter's box. That's a foul ball. She steps back in. Katie Clark is ready. She goes into the windup, and there's the pitch. And that's a small, that's a fair ball.
Beautiful.
That's a fair ball, and Sarah was ready to go.
Yep.
Very aware of where the ball landed. After she noticed that it was a fair ball, she took off, went home.
That's right. So RBI single for Zoe, putting the Huskies up 2-0, bottom of the first.
Jess Burton steps in, number 4 for Gorham. She's a senior. She can move. She was the one that made that nice catch out in center field last half of the inning. She steps in. She's ready. Swings at one. As Zoe takes off to second base, she slides, thinks about going to third, but nothing happening. Good heads-up play. They're 1-1, 2 down. Zoe Grondin at second, and Jessica Burton at bat. Katie Clark pitching for the Panthers, and we're ready to go. She gets ready, goes into her windup, and there's the pitch. Jess hits it down to third base, bobbled. She picks it up, throws her out at first base.
That was fast.
That was fast. I'm having a hard time seeing around some of the poles.
I know. There's a couple poles in the way, obstruction, everything, but not too much of an obstruction as far as for Gorham. Yeah, we got the camera right in front of us so we can see everything that's going on. But that's a good first inning for Gorham to put us 2-0.
Yeah, I think chipping away like that, getting 1 or 2 runs. It's exactly the game that we would expect a coach like Chris Partnow. Their defense and their offense. It's nothing. It's nothing that it's not rocket science. You hit the ball, you run.
That's
you catch the ball, you throw the ball. So
it's good stuff. And I got to put a hand out to John Simon for being nice and loud with his call, so
Yes.
we can keep in the game. So
John Simon's a top-notch umpire.
that's right.
Been doing it for a long time.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So we're going to take a quick break, hear from our advertisers, and we'll be back in just a few minutes. You're watching high school softball here on the Flume Stream Entertainment Network. Walker Motor Sales is a comprehensive Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram new and used car dealership located in Woodsville, New Hampshire. Celebrating over 85 years as a family-owned dealership, anything you could want that relates to new and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles you can find right here under one roof. From straightforward auto financing to the integrity of our used car collection, Walker Motors is your hometown dealership. Visit us online at walkermotor.net or stop in today. Located on Dartmouth College Highway in Woodsville, New Hampshire.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Flume Stream Entertainment Network. We're in Gorham. We have Lisbon, we have softball, and we're getting going right away here. Chad, we have number 6 for Lisbon, Sophie LaFond, the third baseman. Olivia O'Neill is still firing strikes for Gorham. She gets into her windup, and there's the pitch. Sophie whacks the shortstop, gets through. She'll take off for first base, and she'll stay right there. Nice hard hit, well played. Center fielder got it in quick. only allowed a single, so that's good.
Yeah, they knew right where they were going to hold her up, keep her at that first base bag.
That center fielder, Jess Burton, can move and throw. So there's another hit. That's going to go to right field. It's going to drop. She's going to take off for third base. Amber's going to hold on to it. Watching.
It's a beautiful start to the second inning.
Yeah.
Natasha
So-
Holbrook over at first with Sophie LaFond at third. Yeah.
LaFond at third. Holbrook at first. A good start.
And this is the action we're talking about. Lisbon wants to come in here and kill that losing streak. And this is how they're going to do it.
And they're hungry. One base at a time. That's Taylor Clark.
And that one drops.
Hurts drops too. Right fielder gets it in. Lisbon's going to score a run. That's Sophie LaFond who crosses home. That's 3 straight hits now.
Yeah. It's an RBI single for Taylor.
Kylie Hill will step in. As Coach Chris Partnow pointed out, there's a hole in that right center field that they're going to have to close up on. O'Neill lets it go. Not much happening. Checking over at third base.
Keeping Natasha Holbrook honest.
Got it. That's Hallery Deslet's behind the plate. O'Neill goes into her windup. There's the pitch. There's a strike call by John Simon. Right at the knees. We got 1-1. Kylie steps in. Olivia goes into her windup. And there's the pitch. That's a foul. Just barely got
Just
a
got
little
enough
bit of it. Stay
I was
alive.
going to say.
And as you said, John Simon loudly lets us know.
Very vocal.
Very vocal. And there's the pitch. That's down to third base line. Ripped down to third base line, but a foul ball. Kylie's probably thinking, if I could have just moved that a little, like maybe another 10 feet to the right, I'd be running around bases. But she'll step back in. Olivia O'Neill trying to use that inside part of the plate. And there's a hit. That's going to go to left center.
Nothing
drop. Happening. Ball drops in. Amber Wilson gets it, brings it into Olivia O'Neill, and we have the bases loaded.
4 straight singles.
Got a 2-1
Loading up
game.
the bases. Yep.
Sarah Brown, the center fielder, senior, will step up. Bases loaded. You say 4 or 5 straight hits.
4 straight hits. One was deep enough, and Sophie LaFond ran the bag, rounded, and brought it home for that run.
Here goes O'Neill into the windup. Another foul tip, actually. We got 0-2. Olivia would really like to get this out right here. It's an important out. She goes into the windup. She lets it go.
Oh.
It slips. Nothing happening on the bases. Hallery Deslet's quick to get there for the pass ball. Got 1-2. Sarah Brown at the plate. O'Neill ready. She goes into the windup. There's the pitch. Ooh, Sarah thought about that one. When that ball gets that high to by your eyes like that, it when you're watching it doesn't look like a good pitch, but it just feels like you need to hit it. And there's the pitch. That's down the third base line.
And
that's
that
a
is
fair
fair.
ball. Fair ball. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score. And we have Lisbon runners on second and third base. A fair ball hit by Sarah Brown down the third base line, a little bit past third base, and we have a 3-2 Panthers game. And
Top of the order now.
Top of the order.
Tori Jellison.
Tori Jellison. O'Neill sets in. She goes into her windup. There's the pitch. That's a strike. We have 0-1. Lisbon has runners on second and third. Looking for an out. Not much happening right now for the Gorham defense. It's strike 2. 0-2. Olivia is regaining her composure here and firing strikes. Into her windup. There's the pitch. That's strike 3. Catcher dropped the ball. She'll throw it out at first. The runner's coming home. There's the play. She's safe. Got the out at first base, tried to get the out at home, but she's safe. Nice try
Wow.
by the Gorham Huskies, but good hustle for Lisbon.
That was the first non-hit on this side of the round. We had 5 in a row with Tori Jellison getting the first out of the inning with that drop third strike. So
Cora Sibley comes up. She whacks it down
solid, right
right
to the hole
center
again.
field. Just picks it up. She'll throw it into second base. Another run scores as number 3, Sarah Brown, crosses home plate. We got I got a 5-2 game.
Yeah, at this point, 5-2. And the O'Neills faced 11 batters with almost 40 pitches at this point, this early in the game.
Junior Katie Clark steps in. She swings and misses. She'll take off her second base. Not much happening. They'll let her have it.
That's her second stolen base of the game. She's really making some stuff happen.
And
Oh,
this
I'm sorry. Nope, it's not. Katie is at bat. She's not running yet. It was Corey Sibley that got the stolen base on that. My apologies.
That's all right. All right, Chad. We got 5-2. No outs. Lisbon runner on second.
One out.
One
with
out?
Yep.
Okay, one out.
Yep.
Yep, sorry.
The drop third strike that was thrown down to first base.
One out. Olivia O'Neill steps back into her windup. There's the pitch. That's a ball outside. A little low.
Now, correct me with my scoring. That drop third strike, is it still considered a strikeout? Or is it an out in the field because it was thrown? Okay.
Yeah.
I did score it correctly. Thank you.
O'Neill fires it. Nice pickup by Gode. Over to Zoe Grondin.
Beautiful.
And gets the second out of the inning. Good fundamental softball. Down the third baseline. Gode's there. Scoops it up. Looks at first. Makes the play. We got 2 down.
That's right.
Kendall Clark steps in. Who I believe, if she didn't get a hit, she hit it pretty hard down the left field line.
Yeah, it was out. She hit it hard, but they did throw her out.
Okay.
I haven't been scoring my book for positions of where
That's
they're
all
hitting
right.
them to.
There goes O'Neill into the windup. She lets it go. Fires a strike. It's a foul ball. Kendall Clark looks down at the third base coach. Waits for the sign. She steps back in. Olivia O'Neill's ready to go. O'Neill into the windup. There's the pitch. Ground ball down the third baseline, but foul ball.
A lot of activity from these Lisbon Panthers right here. That first inning, it was pretty quick. 4 batters faced, 3 outs, all fielding outs. But this one, not so much.
Here's the pitch. Down the third baseline. Watch out, Peggy. That's not $100.
No, it's got to be the home run. Remember,
Okay.
remember, kids. Only the ones that get a run, they hit a camera, count towards
Darn
$100.
it. Yeah, all right, well, I tried. Can't say it as good. Here comes the pitch. Oh. Nice stop by Hallery
That's
Deslos
right.
behind the plate.
Saw a lot of situations in Woodsville the other day. They have like a 30-foot span from home plate to their backstop for the boys baseball team over there at Community Pool.
Yeah.
Oh, if the
Lot of
catcher's not on it, forget about it. If you got a runner on third, they're home
No
before you
kidding.
can even get to the ball.
It's a lot of space.
Yep.
There goes Olivia into the windup. And she lets it go. That's out to left field.
Bobbled but caught it.
Bobble but caught it. Made the catch. Nice catch.
That's right.
You see who that was? Is that the left fielder or the center fielder?
I believe it was the left fielder that caught it, so that would be Meredith Barnes. Oh, no, not Meredith is on Lisbon.
Addie Eastman. Addie Eastman with
My
the play.
apologies. Sorry, Addie, and sorry, Meredith. I get caught up in these things. So
It's hard to see you with all these.
maybe we need to take a break.
Yeah, sounds good.
So coming up in the next inning, you've got Olivia O'Neill, Marina Santi, and then Addie Eastman for your Gorham Huskies. We'll be right back in just a moment.
Hammer Down Construction. We put the hammer down on every project. With decades of experience and superior craftsmanship, we're not afraid of a challenge. Hammer Down Construction builds strong foundations from the ground up. Whether it's building a custom home, adding to your existing home, renovating your garage, or creating a custom deck for a one-of-a-kind backyard, we take something ordinary and make it extraordinary.
At Little Village Toy and Bookshop on Main Street in Littleton, we live by, you guessed it, 3 simple words: play, laugh, learn. Having fun and enjoying a good laugh with our kids, family, and friends is more important now than ever. So if you haven't been having fun yet, get to it, folks. You'll feel better about it, and you might even save some local businesses. I am Claire Brooks from Little Village Toy and Bookshop on Main Street in Littleton, and we can't wait for you to have some fun.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Gorham, New Hampshire. We have the Huskies, we have the Panthers squaring off today, and not to mention the beautiful weather.
Oh, it's gorgeous. And the breeze isn't too bad. I was a little nervous, but it's just enough to keep us cooled off a little bit.
There goes the first pitch of the inning. That's a ball high. I'm trying to find, that's Olivia O'Neill, number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Olivia steps in, pitcher. Hoping to help out our own cause. There's a pitch. She whacks it. It's going to be down the left field line here somewhere. Oh.
Off the trash cans over
Off
by
the
the
trash
water
can.
closet.
Thought Peggy was going to die for that one.
From the dugout? I don't have insurance for that. Oh, it's fun times. I'm so glad to have you back on the headset with us.
I am excited to be back. And there's O'Neill over to the shortstop position. And that ball drops.
Wow.
Looked like the sun might have played a factor in that.
I think so, because both of them, it's hard to know what they're thinking, but both were going for it, and then both stopped. But
and I'll tell you one thing, what I liked about it, and this is typical of Partnope's teams. Olivia it didn't matter if they were going to catch it or not. She was still taking off for first base.
Yep. And we got Ellie Roberge.
Is this Ellie the birthday?
Happy birthday,
yeah.
Ellie.
We have number 8, Ellie Roberge, who's celebrating her 16th birthday today. I hope that she has some cake for us if there happens to be some in the dugout. But on a serious note, though, happy birthday. What do we got, 0-2?
It is 0-2 right now.
0-2. We have 0-2. We have Ellie Roberge up. We have Olivia O'Neill on first, and there's the pitch. She hits it down to first base. First base will grab it. Tag first. Olivia O'Neill over to second, and she'll stay there. Put the ball in play, Chad. That's all we can ask.
That's right. So now we got Addie Eastman. So I'm curious about Marina Santi, if she's been pulled out of right field and Ellie Roberge has been given a chance to play, because that was the position in the batting order. It may have been a designated hitter.
Eastman hits it deep to left field.
She's aiming for that camera.
Around. Nice hit. Deep to left. Addie, good heads-up play. She takes off for second. She'll be safe there. Nice job by Addie Eastman. Good heads-up play. Hit that ball to deep left field. And we have Gorham runners on second and third base as Hallery Deslet will step up and take a few whacks. Wow, what a nice hit, Chad.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. Like I said, it was heading towards that camera. I got a little bit of knot in my throat for just a moment, but then I saw the left fielder coming in instead of going back.
I was hoping for some wind to bring it out a little bit.
Hey, now.
All right, so our Gorham runner on third base. Hallery Deslet is up.
Yeah, Addie Eastman on second.
And Addie on second. Jeez. Yeah. And it's as easy as that, Chad. It's a 5-2 game. When you come up, take your whacks, do your job, then you can get a few runs of your own. Hallery spanks it down to second base. She scoops it up. That's going to be an out, but another runner will score for Gorham, and that's going to make it a 5-3 game. The fielder's choice for Hallery Deslet. Again, doing what you need to do out there, putting the ball in play. You want that runner to go across home, and that's exactly what Hallery did, as Lainey Downs will step up inside. She'll step out a little bit for that pitch.
2 outs at this point. Lainey did strike out at her first at-bat.
There, down to third base line. Third base will scoop it up. Foul ball.
Just rolled foul.
Good heads-up play by the third baseman.
Yep.
Lainey took off like it was going to be fair, which is exactly what you want to do.
Yeah, Sophie LaFawn got on that, paid attention to what was going on, and saw it was heading foul and let it roll.
There's the pitch. This one's going to go to shortstop. She's going to scoop it up. and she'll make the play at first base, and that's going to be the third out of the inning. So we're up to 5-3 now, Chad. They one run came across the plate, so good things going for Gorham. Not letting the game get out of complete control, and coming back a little bit.
That's right. That's right. And we're back in the middle of the order. We're going to see LaFond, Holbrook, and Clark when we come back in just a few minutes. You're watching NHIAA softball here at Libby Pool in Gorham, New Hampshire. Stick around.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Flume Stream Entertainment Network. Today we're in Gorham as the Huskies take on the softball Panthers, and we're ready to go. Olivia Neal's on the mound into her windup, and there's the pitch to LaFond. And that first pitch is a ball, a little high.
Yeah, Olivia's having a little bit of a tough time getting those Ks today. She's got 14 batters faced, 1 walk, 50 pitches, and there's another solid hit to the shortstop. Play at the bag is good for an out.
There you go. It's a good way to start the inning for Gorham. That ground ball over to Amber Wilson. She throws her out over to Zoe Grun in their first base, and we have 1 down. As Natasha Holbrook will step in. How's she doing so far?
Right now, Natasha's got a single in the second.
Looks like she's gonna have another single.
Yeah.
Jess Burton picks it up to center field, that throws it in.
2 for 2 for her today.
Holbrook doing quick work out there.
We got Taylor Clark coming up now. She's also 1 for 1. This is her second at bat. Batting 7th in the order, our designated player.
She'll step in. O'Neill waits for the sign. She goes into her windup. And there's the pitch. That's deep to center field. Jess Burton's back there. She makes the catch. Beautiful play out in center field.
Yeah.
That she made what could have been a complicated, hit.
I was going to say Natasha Holbrook was almost at second. And I don't know if you caught that on the cameras, but she had to run all the way back. If she had dropped that, Natasha easily would have been on third.
And with this wind out here today, Chad, when that ball goes up in the air, you have no clue where it's going to go. So
That's
nice
right.
play for the center fielder. That's a foul ball. It's quickly identified by John Simon.
Kylie Hill, this is her second at bat, our catcher. She got a single earlier today during that second inning marathon that the Lisbon Panthers brought to Gorham.
Here goes O'Neill. She takes off for second. Not much happening there. An awkward slide, if you call it a slide. Here's Kylie Hill. She steps back in. We get no outs. What do we have?
1-1.
1-1. Down the third baseline. Sarah stops it. She throws it over to first base. Gets the out there. Great
That's
defensive
beautiful.
play by Sarah Gaudet. Bobbled the ball a bit, but picked it up quick and fired it across the field to first base for the third out of the inning.
That's right, and that's all that matters. You may make a little bit of a sloppy move, but as long as it's clean at the end to get the out, that's all that really
Well,
counts.
if you recover, you recover and
That's
make that
right.
play.
So we're going to be seeing Godin. Am I pronouncing that right?
Godin, yeah.
Godin? Okay,
yeah.
so we've got Godin and Burton and O'Neill coming up in just a few minutes here at the bottom of the third inning with the Panthers leading 5-3 over the Gorham Huskies. We'll be right back in just a few moments.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Gorham, New Hampshire. Again, we're at Libby's Field. We have NHIAA Division IV softball. The Lisbon Panthers are in town, and we're getting ready for this next inning. So far, Chad, we got a 5-3 game. It's close.
That's right. And last time Sarah was here, she did a crack out into center field for a stand-up double. So see if she can get some action here to lead things off for the Huskies.
Katie Clark trying to fire strikes here, try to keep the game close. Try to get a quick inning, which would be nice.
That's right.
As Sarah Gode gets her first strike.
And you talked a little bit about it's still early in the game for it to really come into play, but Katie Clark's pitched about half as many pitches as Olivia O'Neill has. So that's going to come into play when you start talking the 5th and 6th inning.
It will come into play, not only arm strength, but, when you're out there and the other team might be scoring a lot of runs or you're out there for a long time, it takes a toll on your psyche, too.
That's right. That's right. And you talk about the waterfall or the snowball effect. One little error happens. If we saw it happen in previous games, you hit one batter and you feel bad about it, but then it gets in your head. And it becomes a head game, and you end up like losing track of what's going on, and before you know it, you can't play, and you almost want to pull yourself out sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Amber Wilson will step in. Sarah Gone goes to first on 4 balls. Amber again can hit. It's down third base. Third baseman picks it up, throws the ball away. Gode will go to third. Wilson will go to second.
No,
Gode's
she's going
around home.
And she's going to make that into a triple.
All right. Good heads-up play by Sarah Gode and Amber Wilson. Threw it over the first baseman's head, went all the way to the fence, and then off to the races at that point.
Yeah. Now, I believe that would probably start things off for Gorham here. You would hope that a play like that early off, there's no outs, a run right off the bat with a runner on third in scoring position. I mean, you got Zoe coming out to bat. She got a single the last time. She does it again here. You're tie game.
And it's exactly what you need. They were down by 3 or 4 runs. When they came off the field that inning, their heads were down. But a couple hits, couple runs, back in the game, and heads are back up. Now we have no outs. We have a runner at third. Zoe Grondin, at the plate. So let's see what happens. Then you have Katie Clark, who goes into her windup. Over to shortstop. Shortstop is safe at first.
Wow,
base.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
Good hustle by Zoe Grondin. Amber Wilson took off from third base to home.
So that's another single RBI, or RBI single for her.
We have a 5-5 game. We have a brand new softball game right now.
That's right.
Grondin's at first, and number 4, Jess Burton, steps in. Lisbon coach going to call time to regroup.
Coach Booten coming out to have a quick conversation to make sure we got our composure gained. Tie game, like you said, we're a brand new game, just like it was 0-0, but making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to do, because if this is what we kind of teased a little bit, the start of a rally, it can go south very fast. So.
It can. And while we're here, I want to give a couple of shout-outs here, Chad. The Alpine Clinic subspecialty approach to care guarantees our patients receive the highly specialized care they need from our team of board-certified, fellowship-trained medical professionals. The Alpine Clinic is a division of the Littleton Regional Healthcare. Learn more at thealpineclinic.com. Santilli Family Dentistry is located in Littleton, New Hampshire, offering modern dental care with a small-town feel. Visit them online at santillifamilydentistry.com to set up an appointment request or call 603-444-6411. Chad, I'm not sure what's happening. I don't know if Katie was hurt or she was stiff or something, but they're giving her a couple of warm-up pitches here.
And she keeps shaking her wrist there on her throwing hand. Makes you wonder if, like you said, maybe she injured it or something when she was batting earlier.
Jessica Burton steps in, no out. Runner on first. Katie Clark is still in there. She goes into her windup. There's the pitch. Burton hits it
Oh,
right to the
look
pitcher.
at that.
She scoops it up. And, you know, it's not her left hand that hurts,
No.
that's for sure.
She snagged that and threw it to first just in case. That was a beautiful snag right there. Very fast.
And, you know, it's a good thing that she stopped that ball because that was simmering up through, you know, right through the middle. And Grondin really wanted third base, but not happening.
Swing and a miss there for Olivia O'Neill.
Olivia now back in the game. It's 5-5. She's probably thinking, hey, I'd like to help out my case here and get Grondin across the plate. As John Simon calls a strike. We got a 1-1. It's bottom of the third. It's a tie game. Runner on second. Here's the pitch. That's down the first base line. That's gonna drop. O'Neill stops at first. Zoe Grondin stops at third. We have one down, first and third. And I believe Ellie Roberge, who again is celebrating her 16th birthday. Boy, wouldn't it be a nice birthday present to maybe get a hit,
RBI
score a run?
here.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. I did put her back into the lineup. I moved Marina Santi in there.
And
so.
she puts it down to third base. She's quick. They get that out of third, but more importantly, I should say, we now have runners at second and third, and Addie Eastman's going to come up. You got to move those runners over. So good for her. She did what she needed to do. Now Addie's going to step up and see if she can knock both of them in.
Yeah, she had a RBI double in the second inning.
That's number 5, Addie Eastman. Katie Clark still firing out there. There's the pitch.
Oh, and it's
what a catch.
beautiful.
Katie Clark makes 2 outs of her own. Addie Eastman whacked that ball at her, but not much happening as Clark scooped it up. We have a 5-5 game here.
That's wonderful. I mean, we couldn't ask for better. We got better weather, or good weather, good playing, tie game. I mean, pretty even match for the pitchers. We're going to see Brown, Jellison at the top of the order, and Sibley, our second batter, coming up here in just a few minutes. I couldn't be happier right now.
We got a good game.
That's right.
We have good things happening today. And we can take a break? Or
Yeah, let's take a quick break here from some advertisers and come back here for some amazing softball.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by The Alpine Clinic, leaders in orthopedics, sports medicine, pain management, and neurosurgery, offering specialized care in 4 convenient locations: Littleton, Franconia, Plymouth, and North Conway.
And by Santilli Family Dentistry, located in Littleton, New Hampshire, offering modern dental care with a small town feel. Visit them online at santillifamilydentistry.com.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Gorham, New Hampshire. We have the Huskies. We have the Panthers. Panthers up to bat down the left field line. That's a fair ball. She'll take off for second base. Good way to get the inning started.
She wanted third. She was watching to see how far that ball was overthrown. It was rolling around on the ground. She took a lead off the second base back to try to get over to third. But Sarah Brown with a stand-up double with a solid crack in the left field.
And after a difficult inning out on the field, Gorham scored a few runs. That's a good way to start. Brown takes off, hits it down the left field line, gets to second base. And there's the pitch, and that's a strike.
Tori Jellison, 2 outs for her, but those are both fielding outs. No strikeouts at all yet for O'Neill.
As I said earlier, we have a brand new a softball game here today. It's 5-5. Olivia Neal still on the mound. Still trying to get through. She's persistent, that's for sure. And there's the pitch. Foul ball to the right side.
This is Jellison's third at bat. She did get an RBI though I guess that's a sacrifice. She
Yeah.
was out at the bag, but the
Yeah,
run came in.
sacrifice, yep. 0-2, there's the pitch. Strike 3. Olivia O'Neill comes back, gets the out, especially after that big double. It's a big out.
That's her first strikeout. It's 62 pitches thrown, and that's her first strikeout. Only one walk and one strikeout. Everything else is a field out or a hit. So, like we said earlier, the Panthers have come to play ball to show that it wasn't a fluke at home, that they're ready to play against these Huskies.
They're ready to compete. And they know they know how important this game is.
That's right. High for a second ball thrown. Olivia trying to get her composure there. You got runner on second.
And there's the pitch to Sibley. Sibley to left field. That ball gets down. She'll round third, going home. Sibley will go to second. She's still going. There's the play at third, and she is safe.
Yep, that's a force tag there, but they were looking for the bag, and it didn't happen. That's
an RBI triple, I believe.
That's right. That's her second RBI as well.
Cora Sibley smoked one to left field. She took off. They score a run. It's now 6-5, and Katie Clark is up to help her cause. O'Neill goes into her windup. There's the pitch. It's called strike by John Simon.
A little bit low, and
Looked a little low, but
they got the credentials.
Yeah,
I do not.
who are we to judge,
Yeah.
right?
Katie.
Although
Oh,
I
go
think
ahead.
Katie's probably thinking, I hope I get that call when I go out and pitch.
That's right. This is Katie's third at bat. She did walk in the first and then got a field out on the second. She's got a stolen base and was left on base, unfortunately. But looking to see some stuff happen here. She's doing a great job on the mound. That's
Great
for certain.
job. Yeah. She's trying to, like I said, help her cause. We have Sibley, I believe, on third base.
Yep.
1-2 count.
A little behind the count, but still plenty of time left here.
There's the pitch. Foul ball.
Yeah.
Katie Clark steps out, looks down the third base line, waits for a sign from her coach. O'Neill's ready. Clark is ready. O'Neill goes into the windup. And there's the release. It's a ground ball to shortstop. Amber Wilson will throw out at first. There's a play at home. And she's
got
out.
her. Wow, that
Good
was
heads
beautiful.
up play by Zoe Grondin. Amber Wilson fires it over to first base, gets the out. Zoe Grondin grabs the ball, notices the runner running to third base. Hallery Deslet's there waiting for her, and they make the out. That's an important out, Chad, that keeps the game within one.
That's right. That's right. And you know what? This is where it matters. They're coming up now. They got all that energy from coming out of the field. They're ready to push it right into the Lisbon Panthers. And this is a game. I'm loving this. This is amazing.
They want to come out and get their own.
That's right. Let's take a quick break. We'll see Deslets, Downs, and Godin here in a minute in the middle of the fourth. You're watching an amazing high school softball game here on NHIAA Division 4. Huskies hosting Lisbon Panthers.
Walker Motor Sales is a comprehensive Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram new and used car dealership located in Woodsville, New Hampshire. Celebrating over 85 years as a family-owned dealership, anything you could want that relates to new and used Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram vehicles you can find right here under one roof. From straightforward auto financing to the integrity of our used car collection, Walker Motors is your hometown dealership. Visit us online at walkermotor.net or stop in today. Located on Dartmouth College Highway in Woodsville, New Hampshire.
Covering you at home, at work, and at play, George M. Stevens Insurance is the only local agency to offer personal and commercial insurance, as well as health, life, and financial services. With offices throughout the North Country, we service your complete insurance needs. As a trusted choice insurance agency, we research coverage options from the nation's top companies to ensure that your policy works for you. George M. Stevens Insurance, protecting New Hampshire and Vermont since 1882.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Gorham, New Hampshire, where the Huskies are taking on the Panthers. You're watching NHIAA Division 4 softball. We have a game, Chad. It's 6-5. Panthers are up. Gorham finished that inning with a beautiful play at home. Hallery Deslet steps in. She wants a hit.
That's right. That's right. Like I said, keeping that momentum up. this is where they can really change the game in their favor.
And there's the first pitch. Hal thought about it, offered, but brought it back. Thinks better of it as Katie Clark is ready to go back into her windup. Goes Hal, oh, foul ball. Kind of a slap bunt there, Chad. I know they use that often in softball, but I'm not exactly sure what it's called. But if you can make it work, it doesn't matter what it's called.
No, effective, right? This is
Goes
their third at bat. Solid crack.
Hallery over to second base. It's going to be a routine ground ball over to first. That's going to be 1 out for Gorham. Good heads-up play by the Lisbon second baseman, Tori Jellison. As Laney Downs will step back in. Speedy second baseman. There's the pitch. Takes a whack. Missed it. She wanted that one, though.
Yeah, Laney struck out at her first at-bat and then got a field out on the second. This is her third at-bat. Batting second in the order.
You should see Laney Downs on a soccer field.
Oh, yeah.
Outstanding. If she gets on those bases, she's going to be hard to catch. All right, Laney steps back in. Katie Clark firing strikes. There's the pitch. That's strike 3.
Yeah, that's the third one.
How many is that for Katie Clark?
That is actually her only second strikeout. Neither pitcher has had a chance because everybody's hitting.
Yeah. That's Sarah Gone for a Gode. It's a French last name. I know her dad well. He's a good guy, and some people will call it Godin or Gode or
Gode.
Yeah.
This is her third at bat. She got a double in the first with an RBI, then walked in the third inning. Got another ball thrown there for a 1-1 count.
Katie Clark firing. Didn't get the pitch. Didn't get the call she wanted, but she steps back in. There's the pitch. Gode over to
Reaching
shortstop.
for that one.
Shortstop fires it over to first base, and that's going to be the second out of the inning. Or third out, right?
That was the third out because we had the strikeout in there as well. Yep.
Ground ball, routine ground ball to shortstop.
Bing, bang, boom.
For a third out.
That's right. Wow, that one went by fast. That was not the inning I was hoping we were going to see, but that's all right. We'll be back for a little bit more action in just a few minutes. We're going to see Clark, LaFond, and Holbrook in the middle of the order for the Panthers. Top of the fifth, 6-5. We'll be right back.
Hi there, I'm Chuck Lloyd, president at White Mountains Community College, just talking to you a little bit about our college. We've been here since 1965. We've got 3 locations in Berlin, Littleton, and North Conway, and we're also online. We have a lot of technical programs, and we have a lot of online, remote, synchronous, asynchronous, whatever works best for your schedule. We are the only higher ed institution in New Hampshire above the notches. And what that means for us is we've got to be all things to all people. And we aim to try to do that by responding to workforce needs, industry and business, and partner locally with the needs of our communities. We could not be more excited to host new students coming in January.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Gorham, New Hampshire. We're Flume Stream Entertainment Network. We're covering softball today. You're watching high school varsity softball here on Flume Stream Network, brought to you by the Alpine Clinic and Littleton Regional Healthcare. As Lisbon steps in, Olivia O'Neill still on the mound, and we have number 16, Kendall Clark, who's going to take her swings, and then away we go. That's deep to left center. Far back, all the way to the fence. Center fielder Jess is going to grab it. She's going to get it into Amber Wilson. They're going to try to get her out of third. There's the play. Oh!
Missed the ball, and she was down.
Missed the ball almost.
Wow, that was a beautiful. That was heading out there. If the wind was going.
Kendall Clark hit it deep.
Oh, yes.
Jess Burton grabbed it, fired the ball in, tried to get her at third base. Unfortunately, not able to make the play. But we started that inning off with a triple. That's going to be an important runner right there. As O'Neill goes back into her windup. That's over to second base, unable to make the play. And that's going to score a run. And we have a 7-5 Lisbon lead, I should say.
Wow.
Start the inning off with a triple and a single.
That's right.
It's not a bad thing.
Not a bad at all.
Natasha Holbrook will step in. We have no outs. We have a runner at first. Holbrook up to bat. O'Neill into her windup. And there's the pitch. Nice stop by Hallery Deslets, knowing that number 6,
Sophie Lafond.
Sophie Lafond is on first base. Got to be careful. O'Neill into her windup. There's the pitch. That's a strike. Drop the ball. Lafond over to second base. Got a 1-1 count to Natasha Holbrook, who's thinking fence right now, thinking runs. Here's the pitch. Nice stop by Hallery Deslets. Not afraid to go up and jump and grab that ball, knowing there's a runner on second, trying to limit the runs, trying to limit the damage. Holbrook's ready. O'Neill's ready. O'Neill goes into a windup. And there's the release. Holbrook with a strike. And that's a 2-2 count.
Yeah.
Big out right here if they can get it. Runner at second. 7-5. Top of the 5th inning. And there's the pitch. The shortstop gets through her legs. Runner will round third. Think about coming home and nothing happening.
She went back. Yeah. She was smart too, because the player, I didn't catch the number yet, but she was looking at both bags. And if she had left third, it was going home, and that would have been another out there.
Yeah, so good heads-up play.
Yeah, but not before Holbrook gets on first.